I'm so tired. Hello, welcome to May wrap-up. Quick addendum, I'm not doing a TBR this month for June, because first of all, I have one book club book for the book club of doom. We're starting to read our books this month. I'm so excited. So I have one book that I definitely need to read for the book club. And second of all, I've been fucking around all month again, and so I haven't finished the books on... She decides to chew on the toy the second I start to film. Like, she's been ignoring it all day, but now she decides to chew on it. That's my girl. Go on. Right, so... And then, like, I've been fucking around all month, and I haven't read almost anything from my TBR for May. So I'm going to just, like... I'm gonna mood read all June. I might, like, mood read all summer, but I have actually been planning to do, like, a horror readathon in July or August. But we'll talk about that later, like, in a separate video. So... I read 12 books in May, and 7 of them are Agatha Christie. I don't want to talk about it. Also, sorry, really quickly, like, I want to say that I'm really sorry about the, like, paint on the table and, like, the blanket and the pillow and all this mess around me. I wanted to make it, like, all nice and presentable and professional, but then I remembered I'm a real person, and real people have stuff. And, like, I don't want to seem like this clinically clean, like, all put together person, because I'm not. I'm not just gonna try and present myself as something I'm not on the internet for whatever reason. So, I'm really sorry. I'm a person and I have stuff. And if you have a problem with that, I guess you can tell me in the comments, and I'm sorry, but this is just gonna happen now. So, whatever. Let's go. Let's keep going. Right, so I only read 4 physical books. The rest of them were ebooks or audiobooks, like mixed ebooks with audiobooks. Let's start from the beginning. The first one was Cards on the Table by Agatha Christie. That's number, I don't remember, something, that's the Hercule Poirot, one of them. I'm, like, making my way through the whole series. It was fine. It was 4 stars. Well, I mean, fine and 4 stars does not really vibe, right? Hello. It was good. It was 4 stars. Most Agatha Christie books, yes. What do you want? What do you want? Why is this? Why is there a paw? Why is there a nose now? What do you want? Why do you always want something when I'm doing something? Well, can you wait half an hour? Okay. Right, so it got 4 stars. He was okay. Poirot, he gets invited to investigate this murder that happened at a dinner party of this very conceited, like, vain, annoying man who keeps telling about the fact that, like, oh, I could, like, get away with anything and I know all this stuff about everything, about everyone, and then he throws a dinner party and gets fucking murdered. So, that was kind of fun. The second one I read was Murder in the Mews, again by Agatha Christie, the next one in the Poirot series. Also 4 stars. I thought it was really clever, the whole murder plot in this one. There's a murder that happens in, like, the house that was Mews previously. And there was kind of a love story, which there often is in Poirot stories, like, in the background with characters. This one was good as well. Like, I don't want to talk about the plots of these Agatha Christie novels too much, because they're very generic. They are very similar. And if you liked one Poirot novel, you're probably gonna like them all. And it's not like I think they're great literature. I think they're good literature, and they're wonderful in their genre. Can you, like, hear all the noise outside my window? I forgot to close it. I'm so sorry. I suck. I suck at this. What do you want? So yeah. The next one I read, oh, it's here. This is a graphic novel. It's called Lo, the Delirium of Hope. This is volume 1. There's 10 of them. Am I going to read the rest of them? Nay. I saw this on a few... Can you stop licking me for 1 minute, please, baby? Please, no lick. No lick. Okay? Can I do this? For the love of God, please? Sit on the bed? Okay, she just fucking keeps going. You don't even fucking care, do you? You're just like, no, I'm gonna fucking lick you for the rest of your life. Okay, I encourage her. I don't know. Okay, so This is a graphic novel that I saw on in a few online bookshops, and then I went into a bookstore once and I was like, it's there, I want it, I'll just buy it. I wasn't sure what it... Can you not, please? Just stay here for 1 minute. Play with your toy, baby, play with your toy. This is about Earth many, many years in the future. The sun is about to explode very soon. It's so toxic up there on the surface that people have moved into these underwater cities, which was immediately like rapture vibes for me. Yes, give it to me. I want it now. This is about the family that are like the main family in the city because their bloodline are the only ones that can use this steering suit, which is like this huge mech, to look for like things in the ocean. They've been sending out probes out into the universe for years and years and years and years and years, looking for planets that are livable, and no probes have returned. Stell is the main character. She is the wife of the steering man with the whole big suit thing. She's the only one who still remembers about the probes. Like, everybody remembers, but nobody cares. She's the only one who still believes that the probes might return with something. And they have 2 daughters. The daughters get kidnapped. Like, they have a son as well, and like something happens to the son. It's just, the plot was not well done. The characters switch their attitudes like that 180 on the spot for no fucking reason other than to forward the plot. The art seemed cool to me at the shop. Excellent sound to make while I'm filming. The art seemed cool to me at the shop while I was looking at it, and the artist who did this, this only says the surnames of them. His name's Tacchini, Greg Tacchini. He is apparently reminiscent of classical manga and Michael Minari, and I'm just gonna tell you that he's not. This was not well done. Like, first of all, there's no godly reason. There's no fucking humanly reason why there needs to be a naked or almost naked woman on almost every single page of this book. I'm not joking. The characters, the female characters, they get put into these stupid ass skimpy outfits for no reason. No reason. Like, there's a female character that is adopted by this guy, like he raises her as his daughter, and she's wearing this skimpy little fucking swimsuit, and he talks to her like she's his daughter, but she's standing there like on a pedestal with this skimpy ass outfit, and I'm just thinking, what is the reason for this? And listen, I'm not a prude, okay? I don't have anything against like sexuality or porn or anything like that, but like there needs to be a reason for nudity. Unless it's a story about nudity, nudity needs to have a reason. Like, in the first few pages, the main characters, I feel like I've been talking about this book for 10 minutes already, and I have. In the first chapter, the main characters have just finished having sex. So they're naked and they're like talking in their bedroom. That's fine. That's like a nice couple episode, right? They're talking after they've done it, and it's nice. I understand why they need to be naked for that scene. But in all the other ones, it's just fucking reason for the artist to show how well he did in his life drawing lessons. And I can tell you, as a trained artist, that he did not do very well. But he's got published graphic novels and I don't, so what the fuck do I know? 2 stars. The next one was Dumb Witness, again by Agatha Christie. The next one in the Poirot series. There was a dog, and she wrote like the things that the dog would have said if he could have talked, and oh my god, that's like, that dog is so adorable. And I love the fact that it's called Dumb Witness. There's a dog on the cover, and the dog plays like such a huge role in the household where the crime happens. This old lady gets, like, she dies, and Poirot gets a letter after her death, 2 months after her death, where she wrote to him and said that, like, I think something's ruined, something's gonna happen. So he goes to investigate. And this dog, it's like constantly there, and I'm thinking like it's gonna have something to do with the dog. So I love how in these old covers, for Agatha Christie novels, not only Agatha Christie novels, but they had a lot of these like Pulp Fiction covers. They give away the fucking plot twist every single goddamn time, and it's so annoying to me. I don't understand. Basically it was 4 stars and there's a dog in it. It was adorable. The next one was Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I gave this 4 stars, but there's going to be a separate vlog of me reading this book. I buddy read it with Jo Moonless. She's an author on TikTok, and we kind of became friends through TikTok, and buddy read this book together. Jo, thank you so much for reading it with me. It was so much fun. And also, I ordered 2 other books on geishas, autobiographies from actual geishas. One of them is by Mineko Iwasaki, who was the inspiration for this book. It's like a whole thing. I'll tell you about it in the vlog if I ever actually fucking get those books, because they've been in the mail forever. And a wonderful woman from TikTok also found for me a used copy of Lisa Dalby's book. She is the only American woman to ever become a geisha. And I wanted it so badly, but like it's out of print, it's impossible to find, and she found me a used copy and she's gonna send it to me. Like, I'm gonna pay for it obviously, but I'm so fucking grateful. Girl, if you're watching this, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. Like, it made me want to cry when you text me, when you wrote me on TikTok and were like, I got you the book. This is really good. This is about Sayuri. That's her name is Chiyo, but Sayuri is her name that she gets when she becomes a geisha. She's this young girl. She's like 9 years old or something when this begins. She has an older sister and a mother and a father, and they live in a fishing village. And their family is really poor, but one day she gets discovered by this man who is like the richest man in their village. He has the whole fishing operation under him. And he discovers her because she has these really striking gray-blue eyes, and everybody else has brown eyes. So he makes a contract with their family because her mother is dying and the father is really sick as well. He makes a contract, like the father basically sells them into geisha slavery, I guess. That's the way it worked. It's a whole thing, like I'm gonna talk about it in that video. But this talks about her leaving her home, training to be a geisha, becoming a geisha, and just her story, the years of her life up until when she's an elderly woman. And it was very beautifully written. It was wonderful. You can clearly see that Arthur Golden did a lot of research, and I think he also read a lot of Japanese literature and did a lot of research on the stylistics of Japanese literature, because I read a lot of Japanese literature, and there's just something special about it. This little zing that is soft, and it's like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. It's beautiful in this very soft, melancholy, flowing way. And only Japanese authors can do it, and this book imitated that style really well. So if you like Japanese literature and you like the Japanese culture and you're interested in geishas, I recommend this book, but with a few caveats. One of them is that Arthur Golden put in the acknowledgements of this book Mineko Iwasaki, whom he interviewed when he was writing this book, and she then sued him because she told him specifically not to fucking acknowledge her because she was not supposed to give him any information. So there's like a little bit of controversy here, and I would take the stuff that you read in here as with a grain of salt, because he's not Japanese, he's not a geisha obviously, so like the certain little things, like for example the Mizuage ritual that Mineko Iwasaki herself said she did not go through when she was a geisha, is in here. Take it with a grain of salt. This is fiction, okay? So, moving on. The next one is by Agatha Christie again, Murder in Mesopotamia, 4 stars. This was really good. Really interesting plot. Really nice atmosphere. Was it a little racist? Yes. Do I think that we need to, like, go back and edit those parts? No. Because I think that we need to acknowledge the fact that people were racist in the past, like, not just ignore it, you know. Like, it's not a good thing, and it was just a part of reality for Agatha Christie and her people. Like, she did not even acknowledge it as racist. And I'm not saying that it doesn't make it racist. I'm just saying that that's the reason why it's there, and we need to leave it there and have a conversation about it, not just to fucking pluck it out and imagine it never happened, you know? So it was a really good plot. It was like really well written as always. So 4 stars. And then The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle that I fucking DNF'd. I read half of it through sheer force of will and stubbornness and a lot of coffee. It was just so bad. It was like prefaced by Patrick Rothfuss, whose books I haven't read yet, but I have tremendous respect for him, like as a human being, because I've been reading his blog forever, and he's just so hilarious and so thoughtful and just seems like a nice person. And I felt so bad for not liking this book. Like, how can a children's fantasy book about a unicorn and a wizard be so fucking boring? But it was. And I guess I understand why Patrick Rothfuss and a lot of other people that love it will love it. First of all, like, my taste is not the best taste, right? Obviously, people have different tastes. But also because, like, if you read it as a child, I think you would have imprinted on it and it would seem like the best thing for the rest of your life. Like, I have books like that I have read as a child, and maybe if I've read them as an adult for the first time, I would have said, what the fuck is this? But I completely understand that. Like, no shade to anybody who likes this book. I just thought it was awful, boring, didn't make any fucking sense. It felt to me like A Wrinkle in Time, which I also hated. It's just that, like, the things were happening, like, it was jumping from scene to scene for no apparent reason, and the things that were happening didn't make any sense. And, like, yes, I like absurdist fiction, and I don't think that things we write for children always need to make sense. I think they need to be imaginative and fantasy-like and stuff like that, but I think it was stupid and boring. So, moving on. I did not finish it, but I marked it as read, because I read 50% of that, and it hurts me to, like, mark it as read, but I wanted to, like, mark it for myself that I DNF'd it. And I also, I guess, like, I can say that I read it. Like, I don't even fucking care how it ends, because who the fuck cares? Like, nothing interesting is gonna happen at the end of that book. So, I'm so sorry if you love that book. I'm so sorry. Okay, the next one is Amazing Chinese Opera, The Lucky Purse by Wen Oh-hong. And I read the name from here because I have it in Ukrainian, because I went with my friends to, like, a coffee shop, to a little cafe, and next door was a coffee shop with a bookshop in it, and I was like, we must go in. So we went in, and I saw this, and I fell in love with the cover, with the art, and so I had to buy it. What this is, there's two of them in the series. I must have the other one. Soon I will have it. They are not interconnected, they're just in the same, like, edition series. This is The Lucky Purse, a novelization into a children's book of a classical Chinese opera. I'm interested in Chinese opera, like, I don't know anything about it, but, like, I read the Wikipedia page, you know, I don't know anything about it. But I'm interested in it. I think it sounds and looks amazing, and I want to know more about it, but I know that it's, like, a deep dive subject, and I'm not ready for a deep dive right now, because it's going to become, like, a special interest. This is, there was an artist who did these illustrations. The original script for the opera was written by Wen Oh-hong, and it was adapted by Qian Xinshin, and this is the Ukrainian translation. The illustrations are really beautiful, and it's just a story of a young spoiled woman from a rich family getting married and meeting a woman from a very poor family on her wedding day who is suffering misfortune on her wedding day, and giving her a gift. And many years later, that gift is being repaid in kindness. I think it was really a beautiful story. I think if you have children and you want to interest them in all kinds of different art, and Chinese opera is one of them, you could get them this book. But also, like, if you don't want to get them interested in Chinese opera, like, if you don't care about that, this is still a fucking awesome children's book. It's beautiful, it's thoughtful, and it's lovely. I loved it a lot, and it was just a joy to read. I rated it 5 stars on Goodreads, and it has 0 reviews, 0 ratings. So now it has, like, a 5-star rating, and it's all me. The next one is Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. That's the next Poirot book. It was really good. The plot was amazing. I gave it 5 stars because it gave me a lot of feelings. The ending was perfect for what happened in the book. And it was, like, I don't want to say what kind of ending it was because it will spoil the book if you're planning on reading it, but it was so good. Oh my god, my camera's about to die. The next one is Appointment with Death, also by Agatha Christie, next one in the Poirot series. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was, like, you know, nothing special, just like a run-of-the-mill one. Sorry, where was I? My camera died. Right, so second to last is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. This was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars. This was for a vlog I did where my TikTok followers on a live chose what books I should buy. And most of them are fantasy books. They're over there, and I'm gonna read them all in one vlog together. Let me tell you, this book made me cry once. It was like, Joe on TikTok said, like, this book is not like other girls, and yes, I guess that's true. I really enjoyed it. The plot was really good. It's about this woman, this young girl. She's 17. Again, I don't understand why she needed to be 17. Like, if she was 30, it would have been the same fucking thing. I understand that she's 17 only because this needed to be marketed as young adult, okay? That's my hot take. Also, I think that while the plot was really fun and I enjoyed it, the writing was exactly the same type of writing I read in 20 other young adult fantasy novels before. And I talked to my friend Stacy about it, and she said that it's probably a result of Pitch Wars. And I didn't look into that as thoroughly as I should have, at Pitch Wars, I mean. But yeah, she's probably right. She knows what she's talking about. But it was like the exact same style of writing. But it's about Artemisia. I'm gonna say Artemisia. All the names in this are like French inspired. Like the main city is Bonson. There's characters like Marguerite, Jean, Charles, you know, and so it could be like Artemisia, but I'm gonna say Artemisia, and like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know French. I just know how to pronounce French names a little bit. So this world, many years ago, there was like this great war thing called the Sorrow, where spirits started rising up from dead bodies and occupying living bodies and like attacking living people. And certain people had the sight which allowed them to see these spirits and like do something about it. So there are saints, and there's like 5 different orders, there's a list at the end, that imprison certain types of spirits inside their body, and after their death, parts of their body become relics that will help you contain, like, and control that spirit and battle other spirits. Artemisia, she is training to be a Grey Sister. They are nuns that tend to dead bodies in order for the spirits not to rise as like specters, spirits, to just die and, you know, move on. And something starts to happen, like the dead start to rise up again, something is brewing, and this all happens at the very moment when she needs to go through her non-accreditation. And because she's very talented, she's supposed to go to Bonson to do something further, but she doesn't want to because of what happened to her in her childhood has clearly left her with PTSD. She definitely has some kind of mental illness. I think that other than PTSD, she might also be dealing with like severe social anxiety and maybe autism. Like, I don't know. I'm not on the spectrum. I'm just like taking hints from certain things that were described about her, certain things that she felt. So that was very interesting because she was not a character that I saw a lot as a main character in books. Also, there was no romance in this, so that's awesome. I really liked the characters in this. Also, I think that like I would have wanted it to be like 100 pages longer because I wanted to know more about those characters. I basically wanted this book to make me cry one more time because I wanted to spend more time with these people, with a group of people, with a group of friends that she assembles. So yes, this was fun, this was that, and I'm not mad that I bought it. Like, it was expensive, but I'm actually really glad that I read it. Stephanie, you were right, it's awesome. And the last book that I read, I think it was Hercule Poirot's Christmas. Yes, it was, by Agatha Christie. I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was alright. What I noticed in Appointment with Death and Hercule Poirot's Christmas, these are the last 2 in the series that I read so far, there's like 20 more, is that her writing style changed drastically. There are certain things that Agatha Christie started doing in these specific books that she never did previously. And I just want to know whether or not something happened in her life that made her change things like that. They became, I think, a tiny bit more sentimental, but also like the points of view started to be described in different ways. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, if you haven't read 20 books by her previously, you're not gonna probably understand what I mean, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Those are the 12 books that I read in May. I don't think I did that badly, but I didn't do well either. I really want to read many more books in June. I think I say that every single fucking month, but I think that not compiling a TBR is actually going to help me with that, because when I have a TBR, certain months it helps me, but sometimes I feel boxed in, and that really just like offsets my bipolar sometimes. I don't know actually if it's gonna help me that I don't have a TBR, because making a choice is nearly impossible for me. Like if I'm on the underground and I'm standing on the platform waiting for the train to come in, and the train comes in, and I happen to stand right in the middle, like in between two doors. There's a door to my right and the door to my left. I'm gonna stand there trying to decide which door to go in, and the fucking train leaves while I'm deciding. A little bit of information that you didn't fucking get right. Okay, sorry, I'm really tired, and so I'm swearing a lot. I'm gonna go and make something to eat or drink or something like that, walk the dog, and do some reading and maybe writing, because I'm gonna start sending out short stories to magazines soon, and I'm probably gonna have a mental breakdown about that. So yes, thanks so much for watching this. I'm probably going to post a bunch of vlogs soon, because I'm working on a bunch of them. I've just been like so unproductive. I don't know, I haven't been posting much. I am active on TikTok though, and sort of on Instagram. So like if you want to watch little videos about me all the time, like not about me, about books that I do, you can go to my TikTok. I've also been fucking shadow banned there, because I posted a little video of just like walking my dog, getting some strawberries, and because I got a hernia in my back, I need to take a bunch of painkillers and muscle relaxants. And I showed like 2 seconds of footage of pills that I need to take here on my hand, and like just like this, and saying that this is just me reminding myself that being in pain is okay. Like this is the tablets that I need to take for my hernia. And after that video, after those 2 seconds of footage inside the video, like in the middle of the video, all of my views on all of my videos on TikTok, from tens of thousands of views, dropped to under 300. And when you're under 300 views on TikTok, that means that you've been fucking shadow banned if your account has been active before, because you're not getting into the search. And people have been like telling me like, yeah, I've not been seeing you on my For You page or anything like that. And that's so goddamn annoying. It makes me so fucking mad. I worked so fucking hard on all of my videos. I work so hard on my TikTok, on every video I make, and this happens. But soft porn being all over the platform, even though it says that it's prohibited, is fine. I don't have a problem with porn. Like if you make porn, if you're a sex worker, excellent. Like if that's good for you, I'm supporting you. But when it says in the community guidelines that it's not allowed, but it is allowed because it brings them a lot of revenue, but the same automatic algorithm goes and blocks my little fucking account that has 1,400 subscribers. It's not like I have a huge platform. For 2 seconds footage of prescribed painkillers. Doing a great job there, TikTok. And the stupid thing is that like I cannot even message the tech support and be like, hey, can you block me? I'm not doing anything illegal or bad here, because it happens automatically. It's not like a specific blocking. Oh god, I don't even want to fucking talk about it. I do want to talk about it because I'm mad. I'm really angry. I don't have the energy for it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Slava Ukraini. Talk to me about the books that you've read. Please, for the love of God, tell me what you read in May. And bye-bye.